Hey guys, Santoli here with Rob, who managed to go 9-0 at the Toronto Regional. We actually had a pretty big one. It was around 350 people playing Radiant Typhoon. So, what are your thoughts on the deck and it moving forward into the format, especially as we move into I think a bit more of a pile combo heavy format.
I think it's pretty solid. I'd say the biggest appeal for me is just how good it is in Devuelos and how popular Devuelos seems to be into those kind of pile heavy decks. Uh, I really wanted to play something that didn't care about that at all, which was this, and it was great all weekend. I think I got Fuwood every time I breathed, but it didn't matter because you give the one draw and you full board, which is great.
Okay, let's get down to the list.
Yep. So this is the standard Radiant stuff first. 3 Elvum, 3 Swen, 3 Crocea, Makala, Phonix, Varun, Shieldbreaker, Triple Chant, Triple Vision, Triple MST, Ascendance, Manifestation, and Mandate. That's all. Pretty much everybody plays this. I guess the Manifestation's a little bit weird. I like the 8th spell for math reasons, and having this over Ascendance just gives you a bit more versatility. There's some lines where usually it's just searching MST. It's just a blank spell. You can activate a trigger Corsair or whatever. But having the ability to Foolish does come up. Like there's sometimes in weird game states where you need to be able to get into Phonix really quickly with just off Swen. You can like Swen, Manifestation, dump Phonix, and then MST in Battle Phase or something, get the Phonix back out. That comes up a lot. Or if you have Manifestation in Draw Phase with something like a really spell heavy hand, like chant Manifestation. You can go like Manifestation, dump Varun, chant for MST, and then chant search, chain MST, pop chant, new chant on Vortex back, all in draw phase, which is nice. Gives you another way to play in draw phase, try to beat roll and things like that. Yeah, I mean that's all pretty straightforward for Radiant cards. The only really, I guess, weird thing I did was instead of playing Extravagance, which is pretty common, I played a second copy of Shieldbreaker, Tenki, and a Prosperity. I really don't like Extravagance. Not only for math reasons, I guess I'll start with the math. The draw 2 just isn't as consistent as you think it is. Like not as consistent as actual hard starters are. But even past that, just I don't like the lack of agency into draw. I really don't like having to go main phase 1. My first action be Extravagance. Because draw is obviously a problem for this deck. And you can play around in draw phase, but even past that, if you can just get your engine rolling, it's easy enough to do something under the draw. But if you activate Extravagance and then get rolled, there really isn't much you can do unless you draw into, like, I don't know. I don't even know what you could draw into at that point to play around the draw after the Extravagance. I really don't like that. Whereas if you have a normal hand and you have Shieldbreaker and Swen, you lead Swen, you get spell in rotation and then go from there. That's not as bad. And obviously these are dead here, but I'd rather these be dead in hand than lead Extravagance, and then my whole hand be dead. Kind of the idea behind those. For NonEngine, it was called by double Sheena, triple Fulos, triple Droplets, and triple Super Holly. The other reason I didn't play Extravagance is I was really high on Super Holly this weekend. The Azumania Yummy deck has been getting more popular, especially here. And this is the best card into that deck by far. So wanted to play that. Any questions about the NonEngine or the deck as it is, Steve?
Did you miss Fallen at all? Because I see that's not on the list at all.
No, not really. Fallen's cool. Like, it's really cool. I like Fallen a lot. But the issue is you only have so many NonEngine slots, and I'm happy with Super Poly or Droplets plus Engine into a Yummy board. Fallen plus Engine isn't going to break a Yummy board. It's just not going to happen. The coolest part about Fallen really is just it being able to dodge hand traps going first. But Sheena kind of does the same thing. And Mourner's getting less popular. I don't think did you see any Mourners at all lately? I don't think I've seen a Mourner in a while. Yeah. So it's really just impermanent. It's just not as good going second as it needs to be with how little NonEngine you get to play. I like the chummies and the breaker ratios.
Yep, makes sense.
Do you want to see side or extra deck next?
Either or is fine.
Okay. I'll do side, I guess. Extra deck's pretty straightforward. Side deck was 1 Talents, double Macalla, 1 Dominus Purge, double Droll Knockbird, triple Ash Blossom, triple Lava Golem, and triple Perulia. The Perulia is a pretty self-explanatory. We're kind of back in a chubby format, I guess, because Yummy is getting popular again, which is frustrating. Ashes for going first, of course. You don't want to get Perulia yourself. Macallas as well. This isn't just about having more engine into boards. Macalla is also just the best starter into Droll and Perulia, which are most often going to be in people's decks post-side. The Lava Golems as well. I wanted another breaker. Post-side against the Yummy decks, I'd have the 6 Chummies in main deck, and then the Super Poly, Droplets, and Lava Golem. So I like that 6 Chummy, 9 breaker lineup. It felt really good to see 1 or 2 of them. That's pretty much that. Droll. The 1 Purge looks weird. I know. I needed 1 card for Draco Tail for siding patterns, so I tossed in the Purge to beat trap cards. I think in the future I probably wouldn't play the Drolls. I think those probably just be cut for more Dominus Purges. I just threw the side deck together last minute and probably played more cards I needed to for Yummy. I liked the breakers as they were in the main deck, plus these 6. The Drolls really didn't need to be there. I felt like overkill. I was kind of struggling to side them in. And in any other matchup, I think the Purge, just having this for Branded Draco Tail or things like that would be much better, or like any random weird combo decks like Crystron. There's a lot of White Forest at Toronto for some reason. I don't know why, but more hand traps for that. Pretty nice. Any questions about the side deck?
Nope, looks good.
Okay. Extra deck. Double Varoon, pretty normal. Greatfly, Win, SP, Doomeagle, Gossip Shadow, Totem Bird, Typhon, and then these super poly targets, which is St. Asmania, Sylvia, Muddragon, Garura, and Secretarion. This is all pretty normal. It's all straightforward, right? This deck's been played a few months now. Extra deck is kind of solved. Nothing really weird here. Greatfly is a card that I think people underrate. It's incredibly easy to go for game with this deck because of this card. Happens a lot. Gossip Shadow, I see some people cut this. I like Gossip Shadow a lot, especially into boards. Just being able to, especially in my deck as well, because the one issue, I guess, with playing the extra names like Tenki Shieldbreaker is sometimes you have redundant names, but you just have your normal summon all the time. So if you've been like Eldum Shieldbreaker, it's not that big of a deal because I'll just Eldum, search Corsair or whatever, Shieldbreaker, second Eldum, normal summon Eldum, make Gossip Shadow, and then play from there. That comes up pretty often. I ended on both Exceed monsters a lot going first this weekend, just because my hands were so engine heavy, you could afford it. Because if you get the Phoenix rotation as well, you don't even need to leave the Macalla on the field. You can just use that body for Exceed material, which came up pretty often. This package was the main reason that I wanted to play Super Poly. Again, for the Yummy decks, and also for Draco Tail. Yeah, that's about it for that. Any questions about that?
Any shouts before we go?
To the council, of course, our testing server. I guess specifically to you, Rayhan, Matthew Brisden, Sebastian Morales, Nicholas McLaurin, Nigel Lamb, and everybody at Dolly's and Mecca. Those are the people I kind of been testing with the most lately. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, and congrats again on the win.
Thanks, Steve.